So when you're looking at HMOs, what's the least number of rooms you would do in a HMO?
4.
4.
Yeah.
So at 4, why is 4 the minimum number for you?
Because I just like a high profit margin
Yeah.
on whatever I do, because I'm looking at each. I actually learned this from you, Saj. Each individual property purchase is like its own individual business.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. When I buy all my different properties, I buy each one pretty much, most of them, in a separate SPV. So I set up a new company just to buy each property. So it is like its own mini business.
Yeah.
So obviously when I'm, running that business, I want to make sure my profit is as high as possible.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, the way I tend to think about it, on a 4 is a minimum I would look at as well.
Yeah.
Your one room is probably gonna cover your operational costs, your gas, electric, water, council tax, and all this management stuff. 2 rooms are probably going to cover your mortgage, or if it's a rent to rent, your monthly rent payment, and the 4th room is actually going to be your profit. So you're making money on 4 rooms. On 3, I see people sometimes doing 3, and I think you can't, when you look at it at the end of the year and think, how much money have I made, versus if I just let it to a couple or a family or whatever it might have been, you probably haven't really made any more money, and you've had all the headache and hassle. What's the sweet spot in terms of number then, for you? How many rooms is the ideal?
I just like 6.
Yeah.
I like 6-bed HMOs because then we can do the BRRR strategy.
Okay.
So that's why I like that type of deal type. We can do it under PD.
Yes.
If we're doing outside of the Article 4 areas, which we typically are. I've got quite a lot of deals which are like very identical in numbers. We're getting them all valued pretty much the same, roughly around 300k when they're done. And we're buying them for about 170.
So then you have a model then, because before getting into it, you've already worked out, okay, here's my end value, what it's going to be, because you know the surveyors and the lenders on your previous properties, how they value them, they're happy with. You've got a proven model that you're doing that the lenders and again the valuers are happy with. So it gives you a degree of certainty when you go into the deal that actually what that end picture is gonna look like.
Exactly, because even we're in the recession right now, everyone's being a bit doom and gloom about property. Not everyone, but a lot of people.
Yes.
And even in this market, we're still doing deals right now which have the likelihood of potentially being all money out or close to being all money out. I've just done one with my partner, only left in about 25k, but it's an 8-bed HMO, so the return he's getting is really, really good.
Yeah, cash flow would be really good on an 8-bed.
So it's definitely doable in this market, and I just think it's a shame there's people out there with money sitting in the bank that are just scared and they don't want to buy in this market because of the high interest rates and the doom and gloom and stuff, but they're missing out on major opportunities. I'm finding some of the best deals I've ever found right now.
Yes, I certainly think now's the time to start buying. If you've been sitting on the sidelines and your money is deteriorating in value with inflation anyway, your money is going to be worth less at the end of the year if you're not doing anything with it.
Exactly.
The thing about the market being right now, it comes to basic economics of supply and demand. Because of people are fearful, there's fewer buyers. It just means there's actually more stock around, and then people like you and I, we will find better deals.
Exactly.
In a market like this.
That's what we are doing. Well, are you still like buying at the moment, Saj? What's your position?
Yeah, we're always looking, but I'm much more cautious, and we're not doing any new developments right now because the way the market is. So one of the things that we are revamping our marketing on is like the lease option stuff, which the last time we were really doing that as well as like 2009, 10, that time that was like flying. Then the market changed and that strategy didn't work so well. So I'm a big believer that you need to evolve what you're doing with the market. You can have a core strategy like HMO, service accommodation. There are core strategies: buy and sell, develop, flip. They're kind of bread and butter stuff we'll do, but it will kind of go like this. There'll be certain times where you focus more on one than the other. But I think the mistake that I made when I started is I just jumped around between lots of different strategies. Looking back now, the advantage of that was I built my knowledge up quite quickly because I was trying so many different things, but actually not getting the result was because I was just scattered all over the place. I was just focusing on one thing that really did help. Hey, if you've enjoyed watching this clip, first of all, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you watch the full version on this link here on YouTube, or alternatively listen to the audio version on Spotify, which the link is below.